From the beautiful city of Los Angeles, California, we bring you the Gimme 3 podcast.
Welcome back, cinephiles, cinema lovers, and movie appreciators to the Gimme 3 podcast, a series for cinephiles. This is the show where we talk about 3 movies under one theme. And before we get started, consider this your official spoiler alert. I'm your co-host, Bella Efstratis. I was briefly reunited with my incredible co-host, Nicholas Ibarra, last week for another Robert Redford tribute in the wake of the legend's recent passing. But alas, our time was cut short, with Nick being whisked away for work in a faraway land. As always, he'll be dearly missed. But don't worry, he'll be right back next week. In the meantime, I'm beyond excited to welcome back a very special guest for this very special episode. Today, we're joined by none other than Gimme 3 producer and LADFF director, the amazing Sonja Mereu.
Hi, good to be back.
Yeah, welcome back. How are you doing? It's been a minute since we've done an episode together, I feel like.
Yeah,
just us two.
I don't know if we've ever done like a non-bonus one, just the two of us. I could be wrong, but
no, I think this is our first official free episode.
Nice.
Well, we've got a really fun episode lined up for y'all today. As you all know, Halloween is my favorite holiday, October my favorite month, and spooky my favorite season. So today's episode is one that I've been wanting to do for a really long time. Sonja, maybe we've talked about this before, but how do you feel about fall, Halloween?
Well, I am a Halloween-ish baby. My birthday is October 25th. So
that's right.
I'm a big Halloween fan. Many birthday parties have also been Halloween parties, or at least costume parties. Yeah, I mean, I love the fall. I know that we always talk about how LA doesn't have seasons, but
right.
I think fall is my favorite season in Los Angeles because it gives you some relief from the heat.
Oh,
I kind of like as the days get a little shorter. I mean, then it gets extreme and miserable, like after the time change. But
yeah,
right now it's nice.
I agree. Yeah, no, some much needed relief from. It's been a hot summer, so I've been very excited for fall.
Yeah, but as you know, I don't really do scary movies, so that's why I volunteered for this episode. Because I was like, no, not going to do any Halloween horrors or anything like
horror.
That. Yeah.
Yeah, perhaps like our guest, horror movies aren't exactly your idea of fun this time of year, but maybe you still want to get into the Halloween spirit. And hey, no one ever said Halloween has to be horror. Sometimes all you need is a cozy witchy vibe or some dark whimsy to get you in the mood. Leave all the jump scares and nightmares behind to the freaks like me. And luckily, there's actually a whole world of darkly funny, spooky, family-friendly Halloween classics to revisit this time of year. And today we're celebrating what I think is honestly the holy trinity of family Halloween favorite. We actually didn't plan this, but I didn't think of this when we were picking them, but all 3 of our films today kind of came out around the same time. There was this like magical stretch in the late 80s, early 90s when Hollywood seemed to be just like utterly obsessed with the family Halloween comedy. I swear there's that era it gave us so many gems, all with that perfect mix of the gothic, the slapstick, a little heartwarming family fun.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I don't know if those still exist.
I know,
at least not in like mainstream.
Yeah, I feel like we don't get them anymore, which is kind of a bummer, but I guess in a way it's like a time capsule. Before we get started, I also have a confession to make. I actually watched all 3 of these movies for the first time in full as an adult, like in the last 5 years, which is shameful, I know. But at the same time, even without growing up on them, I feel like I still felt that nostalgia, maybe for the era, or it just brought me back to childhood in strange ways. But Sonja, I was curious if you'd seen these movies before, I'm assuming.
Yes, one of them I think I saw when it came out when I was a kid, and I don't think I've seen it since because watching it was like a totally blank slate. Like I was surprised by
Oh, wow.
everything. So if I had seen it, it had not stuck with me in any way other than like the characters are famous. I don't want to give it away since it's the last movie we're talking about. But yeah, so that was actually the most fun for me to discover a classic.
Oh, I love that.
But yes, the others I was very familiar with, and I think saw when they came out, or more or less. Definitely like movies of my childhood, for sure.
Yeah. Well, without further ado, Sonia, do you want to take it away with our first Halloween classic of the day?
I would like to introduce Beetlejuice. Beetlejuice. Beetle. We won't say it the 3 times.
Don't do it.
Tim Burton's wonderful classic from 1988, starring Catherine O'Hara, Winona Ryder, Gina Davis, Alec Baldwin, Michael Keaton, and someone else who we won't mention because apparently he's a very, very bad person.
Ah.
Darn. He did not get to be in the sequel. And so Beetlejuice tells the story of Adam and Barbara Maitland, who lead a quiet and humble life in the country, putting all their love and attention into restoring their historic home. One day, out for a drive, an adorable but rascally dog runs in front of their car, sending them careening into a river and ultimately to their death. When they get home, they realize that they're ghosts trapped in their house for eternity, or at least 150 years. They wouldn't necessarily mind if they were left alone, but unfortunately, the Dietzes, an obnoxious artsy family from New York City, buy the home, gutting it and turning it into a tacky 80s modern nightmare. Adam and Barbara are desperate to get this family out of their home, and despite their best attempts at haunting, they can't scare the jaded Dietz family. So they end up summoning the help from Beetlejuice, a self-described bio-exorcist who is actually just a complete madman, hell-bent on tormenting everyone, dead and alive, for his own pleasure. In the exciting climax, Beetlejuice is about to marry the Dietz's daughter Lydia so that he can stay in the living world, forcing Adam, Barbara, and the Dietz family to work together to send Beetlejuice back to the afterlife for good. Or maybe not for good, since they did make a sequel recently, which I didn't see. And that is Beetlejuice.
Love it. Love it. Oh, what a great movie. I love this movie so much. I ended up, I don't know why, but I was like, I'm feeling it. So I watched the second one. You know, I was pleasantly surprised, but nothing could match this level. But we're not talking about Beetlejuice today.
But I heard like that Tim Burton went back to his kind of older production design and like aesthetic of using practical stuff, which I think is the most annoying thing about some of his later movies is how like green screen and CG they are. And of course the cast, just like in the original, is I'm sure incredible. But the biggest like insult or complaint I heard is that there was a lot of plot and a lot of different plots, and it just didn't really need to be like so complicated, which I think it's one of the, like, watching this now, I was like, this movie moves so fast. We don't even meet Beetlejuice until like halfway through the movie, really.
Yeah.
And it's go, go, go. I was like, oh my God, we're already at the Deo scene? Like the movie just started.
Yes, I totally agree with that. But yeah, this one just really it does move like a freight train. It's kind of insane. Like even the end wraps up in like 7 minutes. Like
yeah.
It's crazy. But you know what's also funny is I've seen this movie so many times, but this was the first time I realized that this movie really has nothing to do with Halloween. Like there's no mention of the holiday itself. I'm pretty sure.
Right.
At least not that I could remember. And yet
there isn't.
And yet it's like guaranteed a spot on October or Halloween watch lists this time of year. It's like it's like the Batman Returns or The Apartment being a Christmas movie. Like we might have to rename this episode Halloween or not.
Right. That's a good point. Well, one of them definitely takes place on Halloween. I think the other two do not.
I know, right?
But I wonder if part of it is because, I mean, it's like the spooky, ness of it all, but also like all of these characters are like established Halloween costumes at this
Mm.
point. Like, I don't think a Halloween has gone by that I have not seen somebody dress up as Beetlejuice.
It's so true. Oh, it's so true. Yeah. And even like Lydia is like the red wedding dress. It would be so
Yeah.
iconic on Halloween. But yeah, Beetlejuice every year. There's always a Beetlejuice roaming the streets Halloween night.
Yeah, for sure. In fact, so I said my birthday's right around Halloween, and in October of 2020, obviously, like birthday parties weren't a thing, but
Right.
AMC was allowing you to rent a movie theater out for like $150.
Oh
And I think you
yeah.
could invite like have like 20 people or something.
Hmm.
And so that's what I did for my birthday. And you were able to pick from whatever films they were allowed to show or had licensed or whatever. And they were
Uh-huh.
all Halloweeny movies and mostly scary. So Beetlejuice is
Fun.
what I picked to screen for my friends. So yes, it definitely is in the canon of Halloween.
Oh my God, that sounds amazing. That is so much fun.
It was fun. Like it was also like the first time seeing a lot of people, like in
Yeah.
general, but definitely any sort of gathering, and like I think we had to drive to Huntington Beach because that was like the ones in Burbank weren't renting theirs.
Mm-hmm.
And probably because that's Orange County has like looser rules than LA.
Yeah.
So like the fact that we were all willing to drive to Huntington Beach to see a movie that we'd all seen like
A
so many
billion
times,
times.
like just goes to show how like desperate we were to be together and to be in the movie theater. Like that was the
Yeah.
first time I was in a theater after the pandemic started. So
And it was Beetlejuice. I mean, a testament to the film itself, too. They're like, I gotta see Beetlejuice.
yeah, no, it was special for sure.
Oh, that is amazing. I love that. That was so smart of AMC to do that. I actually I did that for my birthday that year as well.
Oh, really?
But mine is in December, so it was all Christmas movies, and we did A Christmas Story because that's my it was just my family because
Like a whole movie theater.
and we were just like, okay, let's do it. And it was my dad was like running around the theater. He's like, woohoo!
Aw, that's so cute.
Was very wholesome, a very wholesome
Aw,
21st birthday party.
oh, it was your 21st. Oh no.
Isn't that hilarious? It's
That
just
is so funny.
quite the opposite of what most people do on their 20.
Yeah, mine was very different. That's really cool. Yeah, I remember like just how fun it was to like buy concessions, and I'm like, I'm gonna eat so much popcorn right now. I'll say the first thing I noticed, I'm just gonna assume everyone has seen this movie before.
I think we
So,
can assume. Yeah.
and if you haven't, just stop, I guess, and go watch it. But the Maitlands,
Yeah.
Barbara and Adam, famously drive off of a covered bridge, and that's how they end up dying. And it's because that dog runs in front of their car.
Yeah.
And this rewatching it, I noticed for the first time that dog runs in front of their car when they're in town earlier that day, when they're out running the errands before they're driving
Yes.
home. And I was like, oh, that dog. Whose dog is that?
Someone get that dog on a leash. God damn it.
I know. What a jerk.
Oh my God. I noticed that this time around too. And I was just like, man, the foreshadowing that took a million watches for me to notice. Oh, that damn dog though. Every time I watch this, I'm always so sad that they die. Even though like they're not gone forever. Like they're still in the rest of the movie. Alec Baldwin and Gina Davis just have such great chemistry in this. And the way they go from like such joy and bliss to just immediately being dead and trapped in this like afterlife that's still on Earth is just so sad.
Such a great
Every
role for
time.
both of them.
Yeah, it really is. And it's funny to have the film start off so, I guess it makes sense that it starts off so light, and then killing off the two main characters like that is pretty bold. Even if they do come back. But you know what? It got me thinking, because we were talking about, even though it doesn't explicitly mention Halloween, and Tim Burton always has that kind of dark, whimsy, spooky aesthetic, but like not all of his movies are Halloween coded. A lot are, but not all of them. But I think Beetlejuice is, because it's basically like a kid-friendly horror movie. Like, it's got
Mhm.
all the supernatural horror tropes. We've got a haunted house, ghosts and demons, a complicated family dynamic at the center of it all that's either making things worse or forcing them to come together. Beetlejuice really is kind of the perfect film to introduce horror to your kids, or to adults who hate horror movies.
Yeah, absolutely. I have a friend, I saw him last night and I was talking about this episode and he's like, "Oh, I think that Beetlejuice like made me obsessed with death since I was a kid."
Okay, I get that. I mean, when I was watching it as an adult now, I watched it recently, I guess, but I had seen clips of this as a kid, but I forgot how much like mention of suicide is in this film. Like, there's
Mhm.
a lot of times where they talk about it, and it's just funny because you just obviously you don't see that in modern children's movies. The 80s were a little bit more gritty with the material they presented to both children and in their family films, should we say.
Yeah, I think they gave the audience more credit. I was actually thinking about that when we were saying earlier that these kind of movies aren't really mainstream, or at least like super common anymore. And I was like, yeah, I
Mhm.
think that like the helicopter parent overprotective thing like carries over
Yeah.
to the movies too.
Yeah, I think so too. Maybe that's why I didn't watch any of these as a kid. I think that would make perfect sense. Like, I mean, we don't see that anymore. And it is like surprising that, like, when I watched it, I noticed. I was like, "Oh, wow, that's interesting. That's in this children's movie." But at the same time, it's like it went over, like, there were so many dirty jokes in this movie that I never would have noticed as a kid.
Yeah, for sure. Well, and also, and like, that all the people who commit suicide have to become the civil servants that are basically like working the DMV of the afterworld or, whatever.
Right.
Um,
Right.
like, and all of that, the stuff that's like the bureaucracy of them dealing with their caseworker and all of that, like,
Yeah.
that's so appealing to adults who have to deal with that on their day-to-day life, but like also hilarious when I was a kid. I was like, "Oh my God, this is ridiculous. Why do they have why do they have to go through all this stuff?"
Like paperwork in the afterlife.
Yeah, right. Like take your number. And they're
Oh
all
my
just like
God,
sitting
yeah.
around.
You're like number 1 million. Oh, it's so funny. This movie is still so funny. Like, I can only imagine. I in a way I was kind of surprised that this was instantly popular upon its release, because a part of me feels like it's gotten even more popular, or just simply has never waned off of its popularity. That was a terrible sentence, but you know what I mean. Like, it's only gotten more famous, I guess, over the years. But I didn't realize this was one of Tim Burton's like first big movies. I think he had like Pee Wee Herman's Big Adventure right before
Mhm.
this, but I was looking through his filmography, and like I didn't recognize some of the features before this. So it was just that was just surprising to me, because I feel like this is one of his, if not his most popular.
Yeah, I think that this definitely like defined him moving
Mm,
forward, like was his coming out party as
yeah,
Tim Burton. I mean, Pee-wee's very Tim Burton too, but like it
right.
was an existing IP versus,
Mm,
this he got to put his full mark on.
yeah. I mean, the Tim Burton aesthetic is very much realized in this film. Like the just oh god, all of it. I think this actually is one of his best aesthetically. Like I love the neon soaked blue and green lighting in certain scenes, and the production design is incredible. The character design of all the dead people in the afterlife is so creative. And then you've got the creepy animation of the sandworm dimension. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
it's a visual feast. And even when it's simple, like I think the Maitlands aesthetic, like their original decor is so charming and like country quaint. Like I would love to live in a house like that.
See, I find that more terrifying than what the Deets did afterwards.
Really? The Deets, okay, I'll admit the Deets is really like it's bold, but it feels so like cold and sharp and sterile compared to like the warmth of that house. But then also now that you're saying that, I kind of get it. It is like a creepy old lady like kind of grandma aesthetic, especially in comparison to Delia Deets' taste.
For sure. I mean, I wouldn't want to live in either one, but yes,
Yeah, if you had to.
the first house, it just seems musty and
Ugh,
dusty and not my style.
I get
But
that
but
actually.
yeah, I don't think I'd actually want to live in any of the houses in this on this
Mm-mm.
episode. But
Fair enough. Fair enough. They're all a little extreme.
yeah. But yeah, no, it's the production design is top notch, and
Yeah.
like I really appreciated the opening sequence because I felt like he kind of told us so much with just like this aerial shot of the town,
Oh,
and then you
yes.
realize that it's the and then you see like the house with the tarantula crawling on it,
Mm.
and you realize it's the model. And then, anytime that they have to go into the model, like I
Yeah.
love those parts, like when they first have to release Beetlejuice and he's living like in the model as like a little
Mm.
miniature person, and they have to dig through like the cardboard and like the fake plastic grass
Yes.
to
Yeah.
get him, and you're just like, oh my god, it's so brilliant.
It's so brilliant. Oh, yeah, I loved that. It feels like it gives it so much dimension. Yeah, that's one of my favorite parts of this film. It's so clever.
That like the kind of stop motion or claymation or whatever
Mm.
the sandworm is, like I think he had been developing that style for a long time before this,
Oh, interesting.
because I
Yeah.
remember seeing a short film he did called Frankenweenie, which they did later
Mm.
turn into like a feature film, but I'm pretty sure that was all claymation or
Mm,
stop
wow.
motion or something like that.
That's so cool. Yeah, that that sandworm and that whole bit is like a fever dream. Even like after recently watching it, anytime I think of that scene or when I rewatch it and that scene comes on, I'm just like this just doesn't feel like I'm present for this because it's just so surreal. Like it's so extreme
Hmm.
and so
Yeah.
disorienting.
It actually kind of reminds me of the video for Black Hole Sun, which we talked about.
Yes, it totally. Oh my god, I totally see that. That is so funny. But you know what? There's like it's funny because that effect is a little bit. You could say it's goofy, but I think the fact that it is like stop motion, you can makes you able to appreciate it more. But I was actually still very impressed with the effects in this film, considering it's
Oh
88.
yeah.
There's this scene where Otho is committed to raising Barbara and Adam from the dead. By doing so, it like ages their bodies, or their
Hmm.
bodies start decomposing very quickly. And god, the makeup in that scene is phenomenal. I mean, the transformation is great too into it, but like Barbara just starts shriveling up, but
Oh,
she still looks so cute.
because she's got great cheekbones.
She really does.
um, oh, I remember being. I mean, even rewatching it, like I
Yeah.
think that whole scene at the end is
Mm.
terrifying. And then like the small creature thing that comes out of the fireplace who's going to like officiate the wedding. I've
Oh,
always found
yeah.
that to be like so terrifying.
Oh, yeah, that
And
was weird.
then Adam and Barbara are both trying to save Beetlejuice, so he makes Adam's teeth pop out of his head, and then they're like jumping around on the floor, like chattering. And Barbara has like the metal plate that goes over her mouth. Like,
Yeah. Oh, that one was disturbing even now.
yeah, like those are images that have been with me my whole life.
Yeah, I believe that. That's some like real horror, you know?
Yeah.
That's what I mean when I'm like, this was preparing you for horror movies.
Or preparing me to be like, I don't like horror movies. This is
Yeah,
this is my threshold.
yeah, exactly. This is the movie where you learn a lot about yourself. Well,
Yeah, I wanted to mention another like effect that they do
mm.
is when Barbara and Adam want to show off to their caseworker how they can be scary. So they like stretch their heads into these
Oh,
like weird kind of, I don't know, dinosaur bird like shapes.
yeah.
And like, I actually saw somebody dressed up as one of those characters at Halloween last year. And I was just like so impressed with like being able to make something like that.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah, it was so cool. But yeah, like that still is so, it's just so well done. And I think it's attributing
Mhm.
to the quality of it, but also the fact that it is totally practical. You know, I assume that they're
Yeah.
wearing like masks.
Right, right.
And then I noticed this thing, which I'd never noticed before, that so Alec Baldwin puts eyeballs on his fingertips. And then to look at Gina Davis, he has to hold his glasses up to his fingertips and like put the eyeballs up to the glasses to see. And I was
Oh,
just
that's
like,
so good.
I was like, man, this man, Tim Burton, is just, I mean, like he didn't miss a thing, like so
Mm-mm.
detail oriented.
God, that's so good. I love that. It's a fantastic movie, and I feel like it's one that will never get old. I mean, we didn't even touch on like Michael Keaton's performance as Beetlejuice as well. I mean, I feel like we have to at least shout him out because it's too much, honestly, in the best way. Like I feel like I would not have been able to be in the same room as that man doing this character because it's just so manic and like aggressive as
Mhm.
well.
I just want you two to know you're welcome at our house anytime you want to come over. In the meantime, the dowry's on me, Dad. Well, maintenance are taken care of. Everything seems to be pretty much back to normal, I think. Shall we? Call the caterers, got a great band. Oops, we're gonna need witnesses. Would you?
He said that he had a huge part in developing the look of Beetlejuice, that he like had someone from Warner Brothers pull like a ton of different clothes and bring them to his
Mm.
house or something, and he like tried them on and kind of found out like what he thought Beetlejuice's look was. And then I think it was also his idea to put the green mossy stuff
Mm.
like around his head.
It's like mold or moss or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
Oh, that was brilliant. Yeah, I think that's the most like repulsive physical aspect to him is
Mhm.
that he's literally rotting. He's rotten to the core.
Yeah. Truly. No, he's amazing. I mean, Catherine O'Hara, like, oh my God,
Oh,
what a
she
queen.
is so fucking funny.
So
I
fun.
somehow it's like I know she's hilarious, and yet every time I watch her do something, I'm like, you are so funny. It gets me every time. she's she's just incredible. I think this is one of like my favorite characters of hers as well. And her style in this is amazing. I have to shout out one of my favorite little details in her costumes is the first time the Dietz family is having dinner in the house together, and it's just like Chinese takeout, but she's like decked out, and she's wearing like, she has this headpiece on that at first I was like, oh, that's a cool hat, like fancy little hat, but it's just black latex gloves like knotted in her hair.
Yep.
And yet it looks so good on her.
Oh yeah, no, it's so great. It's also crazy to think, I swear, like within a year or two after this, she played the mom in Home Alone. So she like is the mom for my generation, but like she can span from like Lydia Dietz, or not Lydia, oh my God, now I'm forgetting. Delia Dietz to the mom in Home Alone. Mrs. McAllister.
Two very, very different characters.
Yeah. I mean, and like the Deo scene, which is, I assume, the most famous scene in the film.
Right.
Like when she just gets up and starts singing, and she's like shocked, but like totally feeling herself at the same time.
It's such an incredible performance. And that scene gets me going every time. Like it makes me want to get up and dance with them.
Oh, 100%. How could you not?
Yeah. It's so funny to have that song be tied to this movie too. Like it feels so random.
Yeah. Yeah, they play like, I guess, calypso music or whatever that genre is a few times, because that's what the Maitlands are listening to like at the very beginning. And then I mean, I don't know if it's that song, but it's that style. And then obviously the ending where Winona gets to dance.
Yes. So cute.
Since I was reading about Michael Keaton, I pulled 3 very basic trivias for us.
Oh, nice.
I want to play a game.
So Michael Keaton trivia. Michael Keaton's real name is actually Michael Douglas, but he changed it because there was already an actor named Michael Douglas.
Nice.
And I feel like, how could he not be Keaton? Like, it's impossible. It seems like the perfect name.
Seriously.
Although he never legally changed it. It's just his stage name.
Oh, wow.
Our second piece of trivia is that from 1989 to 1995, he was with Courtney Cox of Friends fame. Yeah, I think she might have left him for David Arquette.
Damn.
I know. What could have been.
But
I like picturing them together. I like that couple. I was going to say she might be a lot younger than him, but I guess not. They were both pretty young back then.
Oh, yeah. I know. I get so confused.
And our third piece of trivia is that Michael Keaton was originally cast as Dr. Jack Shepherd on Lost. He was supposed to be the lead of Lost.
Oh my God. That would be such a different show.
I know, right? Crazy. Matthew Fox is like, thank God. So the agreement, because I don't think he wanted to commit to doing like, years and years of TV. TV wasn't cool at the time. Is that he would be killed off during the first season or early in the show.
Wow.
But then when the creators decided that they didn't want to kill him off, Michael Keaton stepped away, and they ended up casting Matthew Fox.
Wow. That's
changed his life.
Yeah. Oh my God. That is wild. I had no idea. I cannot imagine Michael Keaton in that role, to be honest.
I can't either. Like, because Dr. Shepherd was such a, like, I don't know, like so sweet. And
I was gonna say he had like a softness to him that I don't get from Michael Keaton, respectfully.
Yeah.
It's just a different vibe.
Totally different. I'm sure that the guy who played Sawyer would have been stoked, because he would have been like, oh, I'm the only heartthrob on the show now.
So true. Oh, Sawyer. The love of my life.
I got to work with him for a day, and he was so cool. Like
That's awesome.
one of my
I love to hear
all-time
that.
favorite like celeb people that I got to chat with. He was just so nice. Josh
That makes
Holloway.
me so happy. Well, it's that time of year. It's time to revisit it if you haven't yet. And if you haven't seen it, get on it. You guys can watch it right now on HBO Max, Hulu, on demand. I'm sure it's in your local video stores. Go check them out and let us know what you guys think.
Yeah. Possibly playing at a theater near you.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure. God, it'd be so fun to see. I have not had the pleasure of seeing this on the big screen, but I'll have to someday.
I will introduce our second film as well, and that is The Addams Family from 1991, starring Raul Julia, or Julia perhaps, Angelica Houston, Christopher Lloyd, Christina Ricci, and Dan Hedaya. The creepy, kooky, and altogether ooky Addams family are thrilled when Uncle Fester comes home after being lost for 25 years in the Bermuda Triangle. What they don't realize is that Fester is really an imposter, installed into the family so that he, his mother, and a crooked accountant can steal all their money. They succeed at having the Addamses kicked out of their home, forcing the family to fit in the real world by getting jobs and socializing with regular people. However, the family decides to go get their home back, and in the process, Fester is electrocuted, making him remember that he really is Uncle Fester, and these con artists were taking advantage of his amnesia. In the end, the kooky wins and greedy loses, and the Addams family is back in their home doing their odd activities as one big happy family.
I love it.
I wish I could sing, and I would give you the theme song, but I won't.
That's when we need Nick, who will just go for it.
Oh my God, him like in the Jeremiah Johnson and freaking Raindrops in the last episode. I was like mortified and delighted at the same time.
Oh my God, he was popping off. It was so good.
Yeah, he was really feeling himself last week.
He loves that song. Yeah, you guys have to check it out if you haven't listened to it yet. It's beautiful. Oh, The Addams Family. This is, it's so hard. I'm always, anytime we do an episode, I want it because it's only 3 movies. I always want to like choose a favorite, but it's so hard, especially these 3. But The Addams Family just really does something for me. I just love this entire concept so much. And I think it's amazing how like the history of it, like this was obviously the film that I grew up with and like knew more so than the TV series, or I actually for a long time didn't even know it was based off of a comic or like a cartoon. I don't remember if it was like a comic book or just like in the newspaper.
Oh, I didn't know that. I only knew the show.
Yeah, no, it was like a comic series. None of them had names at the time, really. We didn't have like specifics of Wednesday and Morticia, which I believe they added on for the TV show. But I just think it was this concept. The comics were span all the way back to like I think it was like 1940s. I just adore it. I love this idea of this family that's just like ridiculously morbid and attracted to morbid things and is perfectly complacent with all of that and actually like celebrates that. Whether it's Morticia and Gomez, the patriarch and matriarch of the family, or them encouraging their children to like physically torture and maim each other.
The part when like Wednesday's walking by with like a big knife and Morticia's like, "What is that for?" And she's like, "My brother." And then she's like, "Stop," and like takes it from her and gives her like a giant axe or whatever.
And it's like while she's having a conversation with her mom, it's just like the generational, like
Yeah.
the generations of torturing each other it's just part of the family. It's all in the family. Oh yeah, I
Yeah.
love that. It's so good. And this is another great example. I mean, there's kind of a theme here of things in these 80s and 90s kids movies that would not, like bits that we would not see today, like Morticia and Gomez casual like BDSM relationship that's just
Right
like
now.
peppered throughout the film from beginning to end. Like any chance the writers get, they're like, "Ooh, yeah, make some little comment about it."
Oh yeah, they're like always all over each other.
Yeah, they're like on the brink of fucking every single time they're on screen. No matter what's
100%.
going on. But honestly, their romance and relationship is also like a huge reason I love this movie as well. I just they sell it so well, the chemistry so well, and they're just a match made in heaven or hell.
Yeah, no, I wrote in my notes Morticia and Gomez equals couples goals.
Yeah. It's true though. They truly just like adore each other for who they are. It is goals.
Yeah. But I think that's kind of like a great thing about this movie and Beetlejuice is like
Mm.
they are families of misfits that
Mm.
just completely encourage everyone to be themselves and
Yeah.
love each other like unconditionally and support each other's individuality. I mean, and they're also like really loving, present parents.
I know it's there's somehow a way they make it. The writing in this film is so amazing in my opinion because they're able to, stay true to the characters' morbidity and like at times they're evil, but it doesn't go against them being family, if that makes any sense. Kind of like what you're
Yeah.
saying, I guess.
Yeah.
But
No, totally. They're not cruel,
yeah.
like Fester shows up and, screaming in the night and doing all this stuff. And Gomez is like, that's my brother. He's a twisted motherfucker. And I love him.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, there is like such an acceptance and love among all of them. And the way they accept him back into the family and they're so excited for him to come back in this theme of like forgiveness and being reunited. It's like such a surprisingly touching film in my opinion.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And it's like nice because you see the other people judging them, like whenever they
Yeah.
encounter the outside world, like the Girl Scout
Mm.
or, the accountant, and they're just like disgusted with them. And you're
Mm.
like, no,
Yeah.
don't judge.
Yeah. You're actually the gross ones.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's great. I mean, and it's so funny, as you said, and like the humor worked on me as a kid. And I think that's attributing to the writing for sure.
Yeah.
But also just that like there's so many visual gags and there's so
Mm.
many just like silly things going on
Yeah.
all the time. Like every shot, every moment has like some humor to it. That's just like a twist on the world, like, oh, play with your food.
Yes. Yeah.
And Wednesday starts like poking it and it's like running away from her on the plate. Or I noticed like in Fester's room, there's like a little one of those triangle like sports things. I forget what they're called. Like that you would have like, that would say the Dodgers or whatever your team is.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God, I'm like blanking
Is
on
it
what
like
they're called.
like a little flag?
Yeah.
Or,
Yeah. Like a little flag.
okay. Yeah.
I was going to say a pennant, but I don't know if that's
Oh,
what
yeah.
it's called.
I don't know. I'm not sure. But
Anyway, it says Alcatraz on it. Like, I don't know, just like little things. And it's just funny. Or like they show a picture of Gomez and Fester when they're at summer camp and they're in cages.
oh, yes.
But then it is also like mature, like the humor
Yeah.
has a maturity to it as well. Like Morticia trying to like enter the job market when they lose their home.
Yes.
And you're just like, yeah, I get that. Like it's like a housewife or a homemaker who's never needed to work until now, but her family is on hard times and she's trying to figure out how to get a job.
Yeah, I know, I had totally forgotten about that scene because it just, it would have gone over my head, but I had totally forgot about that scene. And that scene is also one of the funniest in my opinion too, because she's talking to she's trying to get a job from this woman, and she's like, I think the woman like asks her if her husband's like just a couch potato,
a listless dreamer, something. And she's like, not anymore.
Yeah. She's all like sad about it, wistful. Oh god, yeah, that's I think one of the best types of jokes throughout this whole thing is where they're leading you down they're leading you down one road, and then the Addams just take like a hard left, and you're just like, oh, that's so smart.
Another movie with impeccable production design.
Yes.
And like just a house that like is a character, just like in Beetlejuice.
Oh my god, I actually like still can't fully comprehend the house. If that like it's just it seems so big, and we get to see so much of it, which is so much fun. Like it feels like Hogwarts in that way. That's kind of the one thing I can compare it to, where it's just so ginormous and magnificent that it seems so hard to even portray that on screen, but they do it so well. It's just amazing how much we get to see of it. Like by the end of the film, it's like, I know I've roamed these halls myself and fallen down trash chutes, and it's so much fun.
It's amazing. Like it's so creative and beautiful and scary. Like again, I would not want to go to that house.
Oh,
absolutely
hell no.
not.
The like bear rug that's still alive.
Yeah. I love that. Well, I wanted to call out some of the cast because it really is just so amazing. Such an amazing cast. But I was thinking about it and I was like, I think that as a kid, I knew Angelica Houston from this movie and from The Witches. Like, I do not think I saw her as like a, a more serious actor until much, much later.
Yeah, no. Oh my God. She's so good in both of in The Witches as well. Another like era example of just really scary, creepy kids movies.
So scary. Like that movie was legit scary.
That movie is still literally scary. Especially as a kid. I mean, they're hunting children down and eating them in that movie. It doesn't get scarier than that.
Yeah, no, that movie is terrifying. I mean, and she's so beautiful, but she also does have like so much going on her face that like, you put this makeup on and she can look horrifying, like in The Witches, or just like totally bewitching. Like she looks in this, she transforms into like a larger than life character very easily. And she's so tall too. Oh
my God. Yeah. She is just like never ending in this movie. She's
such a babe.
Her character design is amazing. I've always wanted to be Morticia for Halloween, but it's just like I'll never be at that level. It's not worth it.
I mean, you might just have to spend some money if you don't know how to make stuff.
That's the thing. And like her makeup, I'm like, I wish I had those skills. Her makeup is so amazing. I actually did read that they like pinned her face back to make it more like angular, I guess. And it was like brutal filming it because it would take like 4 hours to get into all the hair, makeup, costume, everything. But then she would get like horrible migraines and like head pain from her face being pulled back to her skull.
No.
And so they'd have to like take it off for a little bit to give her a breather and then get back into it. And it just sounded brutal. And I think, yeah, I was reading about it, and I think she mentioned that Judith Malina, who plays Grandma, her mother in it, also had to wear like a shit ton of prosthetics and like a giant wig. Angelico's saying that the only way that the grandma got through it was or Judith Malina got through it was by smoking like 10 joints in her trailer every day. Which I was like, wow, now I need to go rewatch that with that knowledge in mind, because grandma is crazy in this movie. I actually forget about her sometimes because she's just this like big ball of energy in the background.
Yeah, but she's so great.
She's so good.
She's always got doing something.
Yeah, she's always
something cooking.
Yeah, she's always got something cooking.
I also loved the woman who played Fester's mom, Elizabeth Wilson.
Oh, yes.
Like, she's funny as Fester's mom, but she's really funny when she's pretending to be the therapist who's like found Fester in the Bermuda Triangle.
Oh yeah.
Like, she is really going for it. Like, I feel like she was inspired by Peter Sellers in Dr. Strangelove or something. Like, she's just really crazy.
So unhinged. I love it. Yeah, she's fantastic in this. I had forgotten how amazing Christopher Lloyd is as Uncle Fester. That performance, that character, I fall in love with Uncle Fester every time I watch the movie. There's just something about his character arc and the way that Christopher Lloyd plays it. He's almost like their dog, I guess, in a way. Like, you just fall in love with this character so much. And it's so fun to see him. I guess in the beginning he's kind of like their dog, but then, like, you know, when he's kind of fully realized, because we have such a great character arc here. Spoiler alert, I guess. If we didn't,
I think I said the end of the movie.
Okay, good. Yeah. So. I was like, we already do the spoiler alerts. You know, when they reveal that he actually is Uncle Fester, he's not just pretending to be, and this whole time he had like his memory wiped or something. You're just so happy. Like, I was just so I always forget that when I watch this movie, which is kind of weird because it's a big part of it, but I'm always just so relieved that it actually is Uncle Fester.
Well, and they foreshadow it because, like, he starts really fitting in with the family,
and
he's spending time there.
Knows the mamushka dance, which is also one of my favorite scenes, and very, very physical performance. I mean, it made me think how much fun it would be to be the kids on this set. Which, speaking of which, I forgot how young Christina Ricci is in this. Like, holy shit. Her and Pugsley, who I'm actually not sure who played Pugsley. Oh, Jimmy
Workman. I can tell you, Jimmy Workman, because I worked with Jimmy Workman in like 2017, I want to say.
Oh, no way.
But not as an actor. He is now like a teamster and a gang boss. So he like manages like the vehicles on set.
Oh, no way. That's
I did
awesome.
a web series, and he was our gang boss, and he basically looks the same. I mean, you know, older. But you definitely, like, once you know that it's him, which he, like, you know, casually drops after you've met him a few times.
Yeah.
You're like, oh yeah, you're totally Pugsley.
Totally Pugsley. Oh my god, that's so funny. I love Pugsley. He's so cute in this.
So cute.
And God, yeah, they were so little, but kill it. They absolutely kill it.
I love the scene when they go to the school play and they're like cutting off each other's limbs, and like the blood's just like flying all over the entire audience. Everyone's just like in shock.
That scene is amazing, and it actually reminded me of, I was like, wow, this feels like The Substance. Inspiration for The Substance.
Maybe it
I
was.
mean, it's a lot of blood. A lot of fake blood.
So much. Yeah. Yeah, the audience does look about the same in the level of shock and awe. I listened to an interview with Christina Ricci a couple years ago when Yellow Jackets first came on, and she talked about how like the first two actresses who she worked with, both who played her moms, were Cher and Angelica Houston, and just like how important they were as early mentors to really like help her stay grounded as she like had this kind of insane career as a child.
Wow,
So,
that's amazing. I mean, those are.
Can you imagine?
I cannot.
And Winona played her sister in Mermaids, where Cher was her mom.
Oh yeah.
So
wow.
Yeah,
Surrounded
good role
by-
models there.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. Winona Ryder might not be a good role model. I have no idea. But I fucking love her. She's one of my favorite people of all time.
She's amazing.
And of course, I have to call out Gomez, Raul Julia, who is just so great. And he was like a really respected, accomplished stage actor. And then was also, I looked up, was nominated for several Golden Globes and had like quite a film career. And I realized I need to go back and watch his older movies, because even if he's in them, I'm not sure that I knew that it was him. But he passed away like right after they made the second Addams Family, and he was only 54.
Damn.
So I remember being like so shocked and sad when he died, and just like being one of those early experiences of like, how does someone so young and so vital, leave this world so abruptly?
Yeah, I didn't even realize that. Oh my God. He is so amazing in this film.
Oh my God. I mean, he is perhaps the most unhinged character in the whole movie. he just like hams it the fuck up constantly.
Constantly. Oh my God. When the way he looks at Morticia when he's like turned on is so scary, but so funny at the same time. Like when the way he looks at her after she says, "Don't torture yourself, Gomez. That's my job." Barrel.
Oh my God. And shout out to Cousin It, because I mean that's what I want to be for Halloween.
That is such a good costume.
It would be like a little hot, but I don't know. That's one I could do.
Might be horribly uncomfortable, but it'll look amazing. This is another one where I think in the final scene, it is Halloween. I'm pretty sure they're celebrating Halloween by doing like, it's like Ghosts in the Graveyard or Wake the Dead, where they literally like dig up their dead relatives.
Yes, I think you're right.
But it's so subtle. I never really noticed that. And I feel like this is another one where you've seen so many people dressed up as Wednesday Addams or Morticia and Gomez every year that it's just ingrained into the culture, into the season.
And Fester too. Yeah, they're all pretty recognizable characters. I'm going to dress up as Thing. No, just kidding. That'd be very hard. Just like wear all black except have like one hand showing.
Oh, that would be great, actually.
This is why Nick hates doing Halloween with me. He's like, why do you have terrible ideas?
No, I think that's kind of brilliant. You gave it away for free here. That's very generous.
Just, tag us if you dress up as Thing.
Yeah. Oh my God, please.
Which I have to say, I think I know I talked about this on a Movie Minute. I'm like obsessed with product placement in like both when it's good and when it's bad. It's like one of my things. There's two like hilarious product placement things that they did in this movie, and they both happen when they're in like the real world or like the outside world. One is like half the shots when they're in the outside world, there's like just a giant billboard for Tombstone Pizza in the background.
Oh yeah.
It's just like
I noticed that
in every shot.
I was like,
It's
okay.
like supposed to be right outside the door of their motel where they're living. And I was like, what a smart way. Like, it's very blatant. Like, I was very
Yeah.
noticeable, but like, what a smart way to incorporate like a brand into it. And then the best is when Thing has to get a job because he's the only one that can get a job in the whole family somehow. And he's like a FedEx delivery man.
Oh,
And he's like going through the office, like pulling the packages on a little wagon and like throwing them around the office to people.
And he's really good at it.
Yeah, he's so good. You're like, this hand is by far the best part of the family. The breadwinner.
Seriously. Aw, Thing is such a great character. What a clever concept.
So expressive. I mean, props to that actor as well.
Yeah.
Honestly.
No, honestly, it's so impressive. And he's such a like he's literally just a hand, but you truly care about him. You're like, wait, where's Thing?
Mm-hmm. And it's fun because like on the show, they had, more limited resources. So like he would always have to be popping out of a box or like something where they could have like just a human hiding. But, having the like special effects, VFX that they had access to in this film. I mean, maybe they like created effects to make Thing. Like, I do feel like it was probably very boundary pushing effect at the time. But like, you really just feel like that is a hand, like a hand that's running around.
It's
with a brain somehow.
With the brain, and the language. It's still impressive.
So, well, let's look up this actor who played Thing, Christopher Hart. Good job. In his IMDb picture, he has a flame burning in his hand. So I'm wondering if he's like a magician. And he played the hand in Idle Hands, another 90s movie.
This is really funny. It just plays severed hands.
Oh my God, he played Hands on the show Angel, the Buffy spinoff.
That's so awesome. This is just what he does. That's awesome.
Yeah.
The flame in the hands is one of the greatest. The flame in the hands headshot is one of the greatest things I've ever seen. This is I mean, I actually do really want to watch the original show from the 60s. Was it the 60s?
Yeah, I think so. Well, it's along the Addams Family is on Paramount Plus, and so is the show because Nick and I threw on the like first episode of the show right after we watched the movie.
Oh, nice!
And it's very good.
I'll have to check
that out. In fact, there's actually shots at the beginning of the movie that were taken directly from the show, like Morticia trimming the roses, but cutting the tops off the roses and making a bouquet of just thorny stems. That's from like the intro of the show.
Oh, that's awesome. You already know the year is 1993, and Kenny Ortega just dropped the coziest, witchiest Halloween spooktacular, Hocus Pocus. The film stars icons Bette Midler, Kathy Najimy, and Sarah Jessica Parker as the Sanderson sisters, a trio of witches from 1600 Salem, known for sucking the life out of children to keep themselves young. After turning young Thackeray Binks into an immortal cat and killing his sister, the witches are finally captured and executed in 1693. But not before placing a curse on the black flame candle. Legend has it that if it's lit on Halloween night by a virgin, the sisters will rise again. Cut to modern-day Salem, aka 1993. New kid in town, Max Dennison, is forced to take his little sister Danny trick-or-treating in a town completely obsessed with its witchy history, where Halloween is practically a way of life, the culture of the town. That night, Max, Danny, and local girl Allison sneak into the old Sanderson sisters' cottage for some harmless Halloween fun. But in a foolish attempt to impress his new crush, Allison, Max, a virgin no less, lights the black flame candle, accidentally resurrecting the Sanderson sisters and putting himself, Allison, Danny, and all the children of Salem in grave danger. Luckily, the kids narrowly escape the witch's cottage, but it's a race against time. The sisters have until sunrise to steal the souls of the children of Salem and regain their immortality, while the kids have until sunrise to stop them for good. Yeah, somehow this slipped past my radar as a kid, even as a Disney kid, which is kind of insane. And it's really too bad. This would have been my shit back in the day. But you know what? It's fine because it still is. I watched it for the first time a few years ago and immediately fell in love with it. There's so much to discuss, but we were saying earlier, this is one that maybe you hadn't revisited in a while.
So yes, this is the one that I was like, I don't know if I've seen it before. I probably saw it as a kid, and I'm guessing it didn't connect with me that much or something, because watching it, I loved it. I really enjoyed it. But watching it, I was like, I don't know what's going to happen. I don't remember any of the plot of this film. I don't remember any of the characters besides the witches, but they're part of pop culture, you know? So like I'm familiar with the way they look and stuff. And clearly a movie that's very seminal for a lot of people, because I have known several cats named Binks.
Oh, yeah.
So it was so much fun. What a hilarious movie.
Oh my God, right? I think this movie's so funny. Our main trio is just Bette Midler, Kathy, Sarah. Their performances are just undeniably fantastic. They really give it their all. They really transform behind all the costumes, the wigs, those teeth.
The teeth.
The teeth poking out is so good. Yeah, I think this movie's hilarious. I think it's so much fun. I was really shocked to learn that unlike the other films we're talking about today, that Hocus Pocus was both a box office and critical flop. Like the world, I guess, was just not ready for this movie. But God bless Disney's dedicated reruns every year, which I think helped the world kind of rediscover the film and realize the fun, the charm, the humor, and immaculate Halloween vibes. This is definitely the most Halloween movie out of all three.
Right. Like it literally all takes place on Halloween.
And the town is obsessed. Like if the main teen boy, Max, is like the type of person who, is maybe not all that jazzed about Halloween. They're kind of like, okay, cool. Yeah, it's a holiday. It's a holiday for kids. And the rest of the town is like how I act around people like that. I'm just like, wait, what? This isn't your favorite time of year?
Well, I think we have to note that this takes place in Salem, Massachusetts, right?
Yes.
So the home of the witch hunts. And Max has just moved here with his family from Los Angeles. And I just kept wondering, why did this family move from Los Angeles to Salem, Massachusetts?
They wanted to experience the fall leaves.
Yeah, right. That must have been it. I like how they really try to establish Max's LA-ness right out the gate. Like he's wearing tie-dye, and you go into his bedroom and he has this giant tie-dye poster, and he's playing the drums.
Yeah. And they all call him Hollywood.
Although when he meets the bullies, he's like, I'm from LA. And they're like, huh? And he's like, Los Angeles. And they're like, oh, yeah. The funniest bullies.
Oh my God. The funniest bullies. They're so over the top that it's uncomfortable. I think it's so campy in a way where you're just like, oh my God, you're doing so much, but I'm feeding into all of this.
Right. Well, and it's oh, how hard is it to be the hardest two kids in Salem, Massachusetts? You don't have a lot of competition there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I think so. The craziest thing, obviously I was familiar with the witches.
Yep.
I did not know that they were the bad guys of the movie. Even at the beginning, and they're gonna suck the soul out of this little girl. And I'm like, but when are they gonna become good? Like, what are they going to do something good? And then like the movie's like halfway through, I was like, they're not ever going to become good. They're very bad.
Very bad.
Which,
That's so funny.
which I like. I actually was thinking like this and Beetlejuice, like the kind of titular characters are the villains.
Yeah, God, it's so true. And there's no redemption. It's like, nope, they're just plain old bad, and we need to get rid of them.
Yes, until they also come back in a sequel.
Until
made 40 years later or whatever.
Will say, since it came up, was pleasantly surprised with this sequel.
That's what I've heard.
It was they did a good job considering it was all these years later. It's just like, okay guys, what are we doing? But it's fun. And I mean, again, it's like those three they're such great actresses and such great performers, and those characters are just so much fun as well.
Right.
And it's like this whole bit of them they were able to do because of it fit the movie as well, because one of my favorite aspects of this film is like the idea of these witches from the 1600s coming back in the 90s, and they're just like, what the fuck's going on?
Yeah, so many like good jokes can come out of that. Like, well, like Kathy Najimy riding a vacuum cleaner.
yes, exactly. Or when they first leave the house and there's a paved road outside, they're like, don't fall into the deep dark waters.
Right. And they don't know what Halloween is. Like, that didn't exist when they're alive, and they think that there's like actually monsters like running all over the town.
Or the first time they see a bus, like, shriek. Also, one of my favorite side characters is that creepy ass bus driver. Like, bobble, bobble, I'm in trouble.
Soothing thoughts, rabbit bat, black death, mummy scorpion pie,
Bobble, I'm in trouble.
Tell me, friend, what is this contraption?
I call it a bus.
A bus. A what? And its purpose?
To convey gorgeous creatures such as yourselves to your most forbidden desires.
Well, thanks you. We desire children.
Hey, that may take me a couple of tries, but I don't think that'd be a problem. Hop on up.
Marvelous. Thank you.
I need one of those instant ice packs. You girls are giving me a fever. Yow.
Well, and like the guy it's Gary Marshall and Penny Marshall are like the couple, and he's the devil.
Oh my God, that scene is phenomenal. The wife is so funny in that scene. Just
so funny.
Not having it.
And she has these like weird curler things in her hair, and they think she's Medusa.
Oh, yeah.
And then he's like really the devil.
There's so many great funny moments as an adult, even maybe that whole devil like man dressed up as the devil and his wife who's really not into Halloween inviting the three women into his home is probably a lot funnier to me now than it would have been as a kid.
Totally. Yeah.
But that's why this movie's so great, is like it is very much so like a Disney kids movie. There's, our main characters are basically three musketeers, and they're all three great characters as well. I think the kid who plays Max is actually a great little actor. I thought he was a lot of fun to watch in this, and his relationship with his sister is so touching.
Well, and she's so good, Thora Birch. I mean, she grew up to do a lot of stuff.
Oh my God, I did not realize that was American Beauty.
Yeah, American
Holy
Beauty,
shit. That's
Ghost
crazy. I just
World.
realized that now.
Well, it's because she had big boobs when she grew up, but she didn't have big boobs in Hocus Pocus.
She didn't have the isn't there a scene where she's like, Max loves your wamos or yamos to Allison.
Mm-hmm.
That's funny.
I also like how they just like keep harping on the fact that he's a virgin. Like that's another thing that just like wouldn't be in like a newer movie. They'd be like, oh, we can't even imply sex.
And it like always comes from either the little sister or like a random adult. Like that scene where they they think they're talking to a cop, and then it's just some guy dressed as a cop for Halloween.
Oh yeah,
and he's
such
like,
a funny part.
"Are you really a virgin?" This is so inappropriate.
Loser.
Yeah, to a child.
But yeah, Laura Birch is great. I also had to say a shout out to Vanessa Shaw, who played Allison, because one, for the first 5 scenes she was in, I was like, are you sure that's not Hilary Swank? And my friend Christina kept being like, that's not Hilary Swank. And then I like looked her up and I was like, oh my God, she's the main girl in this movie called Ladybugs, where a teenage boy goes in drag to play on the girls' soccer team, which is coached by Rodney Dangerfield.
Oh my God.
I'm sure it's so sexist, but I was telling Nick that I think a good Gimme 3 would be like gender bending movies. Or like cross-dressing movies, but not like Mrs. Doubtfire and Tootsie, like not the good ones. Just like the ones that are like a little more B movie. He pulled up a funny one called like One of the Guys about a girl who dresses like as a boy. I thought all 3 of the main kids were really great. You're rooting for them. It's not saccharine or cheesy.
And Binks is so cute. Also, really impressed with I think it holds up. Like it is kind of shocking and funny when you first see the cat talk, because it's just so different from when they use an actual cat. But then throughout the film, it like sells you on it, and you know, it becomes more of a real character. But I think it still holds up.
I wrote down amazing cat actor in my notes, but I was not referring to like the animatronic or CG cat. I was referring to like the real cat that had to like do a lot of things and like take direction of sorts.
Yeah. Totally. I like how a lot of the time, like the main thing the cat does is just paw at them. And like, but it's so funny because then he'll be like, "You idiot! Like, why would you do that, you dumb virgin?"
You're like, Thackeray, I think you're probably a virgin too.
Yeah.
Takes one to know one.
So earlier we were talking about living in these houses. You would not live in this cottage?
No, I don't want to be in the Sanderson sisters' house either. Although that was one of like, I noted, I was like, maybe an essential part of like a Halloween-y vibe is like a haunted house. Like, even though the house isn't really like a villain, so to speak, or like dangerous, you know, but yeah, like the house is like essential to all 3 of these films and like a very memorable part of each of the movies. But yeah, that these ladies not so gorgeous, especially at the beginning before they suck the life out of a child. They look real nasty.
Yeah, they're like scary in that beginning. I'm almost wondering if maybe like I did start this movie as a kid and because I was really scared of like anything scary when I was little. I've talked about this before, where total 180 or total flip as an adult, but I wonder if maybe I like tried to watch this and then turned it off immediately as soon as they showed their faces and revealed they were just gonna like kill that little girl.
Yeah.
Really dark.
Yeah, it was surprising. Yeah, I like same. I wonder what I thought of it, 'cause I'm like, I had to have seen it. Like I saw every movie I could, and certainly any like kids movie when I was little.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, somehow it didn't. I don't think it connected with me. Or yeah, maybe I thought it was too scary.
Yeah,
Maybe I was like, I thought they were nice.
I will say, I feel like this would be the least scary out of all three. I think Beetlejuice would be the scariest
Yes.
to me
Oh,
as a kid,
100%.
because it's just there's a lot going on, even just like overstimulating wise. This is a little bit more. This would have been more my speed as a kid.
Yeah. But yeah, no, it is scary. It was actually funny. I got a jump scare from this movie and like yelled, and my friend
Oh, did
Christina
you?
laughed so hard at me. It was when Sarah Jessica Parker is laying in the little sister's bed, like hiding out after they've like kidnapped the little sister, and Max like pulls the sheets down, and she's like, "Woo!" And I was like, "Ah!" And Christina was like, I can't even believe that scared you. I was like, I was not expecting that.
Oh my god, that is so funny, because I will say that is like that is the jump scare of this movie.
It got me.
It could get you. Yeah, it's very shocking. That's so funny. Oh, I love that. I love this movie. I think this is one that I will certainly watch. I mean, I'll watch all three of these every year, but I this one does hold a special place in my heart, because it's the one that I watched the most recently, and I was just so surprised with how much I loved it, even having not grown up watching it. But yeah, check it out. You guys can watch it on Disney Plus on demand. There may be some screenings of this near
Yeah,
you.
honestly, I was like, would not be surprised if they played at the El Capitan or
Yeah,
the
yeah.
Bev Saturdays. I didn't look at I never even look at the October calendar because like it's all horror movies. So I'm like, oh, whatever. It's
Yeah.
But
next month.
yeah. Or any town that has, even if it's like, it seems like a lot of the mainstream theaters like AMC's are doing like screenings of older movies. Like the studios have figured out like, oh wait, we can just make money off this movie again.
Yeah.
With like little to no effort.
I'm so glad they realized it, because yeah, they can have my money. I'm always down to see some of my old favorites on the big screen.
Right. And so many of these movies people haven't seen on the big screen if they have, just discovered them recently, or if they, are from a different generation than when it was released.
Right, exactly.
So yeah, I feel like these movies are findable this month in many places. Maybe not all places.
Yeah.
We're spoiled here.
Yeah, I know. It's
Beyond.
true. I always forget.
My mom's coming into town and I was like, do you want to go to this Chantal Ackerman retrospective? She's like, how freaking pretentious are you? I was like,
oh my God. That is too perfect. Oh yeah, no, we are blessed. God, need to take advantage of it even more. Well, thank you so much, Sonja, for another amazing episode. It was so much fun to dive into these classics. I mean, these Beetlejuice, the Addams Family, Hocus Pocus, these are just timeless Halloween movies. Throw them on every year, never get sick of them. And thank you everyone for tuning in and celebrating the spooky season with us. If you haven't already, be sure to go follow Gimme 3 on Instagram at Gimme 3 Podcast. That's GIMME spell out 3 podcast. And really quick, if you love the podcast and you want to support the show even more, 2 quick things that go a long way is 1, setting our episodes to auto download on Spotify. You just go to our podcast, tap the settings here to auto download. You're good to go. You can listen to us anytime, no matter where you are in the world. Two, you can also subscribe to our Patreon for just $5 a month. We've got some bonus episodes, exclusive content, and, you know, it helps support the show, keeps the mics on. Sonja, do you want to tell our lovely listeners where they can find you on the socials?
Yeah, you can find me on Letterboxd at Sonja M, SONJAM.
And you guys can find me on Instagram at Portrait of a Cinephile or on Letterboxd at Bella Efstratis. Thanks again for joining us on the Gimme 3 podcast, and we'll see you at the movies.